Be a really interesting little segment here. I think you all know that I love my dogs, and boy, I've been talking about my dogs since I first started on radio. Producer Shannon will remember when early on, when I was on our sister station, KOA, almost as soon as I got that job, we lost a dog, literally lost a dog sitter, lost a dog. It ran away into the forest, and we never got it back. And I've been keeping you up to date on all my dog stuff ever since. We got a little black French bulldog named Reuben, and we just got a white English bulldog puppy named Agnes, and they are my smartest children, maybe my most athletic children, and except for pooping on the rug, probably my best behaved children, and I do love them a lot. It doesn't make me special. Almost everybody loves their pets. Now, if you love your pet, one thing you might want to give your pet, and I'm going to be giving you some of these later, and I'll tell you in a bit how we're going to do that, is something called PetCakes. And I have one in my hand, and it says healthy homemade snacks pets love. And join me to talking about not just her successful PetCakes, but much bigger picture stuff, is Melinda Kirk Stenger. She is the creator of PetCakes, which was voted the best new product of the year when she launched it, top pet product on QVC as well, and very successful thing. And she's sometimes called the canine caterer. Melinda, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you, Ross, for having me.
Before we do all the PetCakes and food stuff, I just need to jump in with a slightly random other thing, because your people told my people that you were about to do something involving a very large dog wedding, and inquiring minds want to know.
Well, that's very true. I am going to be the canine caterer for the largest dog wedding happening in Chicago in October, and I am creating a 4-tiered wedding cake made with PetCakes for this event, and I'm the official cake sponsor. It's super exciting.
How many dogs are getting married? Is this like a Mooney thing with like hundreds of dog marriages at a time? And do dogs exchange rings?
Well, they're going to have a red carpet down the aisle, and they'll pair off. And we're hoping for, our plan is 500 couples, and that means 1,000 dogs. And the registration fee is 100% goes to Canine for Warriors. So it's a great fun event, and it's for a good cause as well.
Wow. So just a small story here. Some years ago, I had a birthday, and my dad said, Ross, you're very hard to buy presents for. How about if I make a donation to a nonprofit of your choice in your name as your birthday present instead of giving you something? And I said, that would be great. Make it Canines for Warriors.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Out of all the nonprofits in the country, I picked that, and you picked that for this, so that's pretty cool. I like it.
It is cool. Aw. So Reuben and Agnes are personally invited to get married on October 2nd, and you can make another donation.
I don't know. I mean, they both live with me. I think of them, even though they're different species, I think of them more like brother and sister. And I think if I had them get married, I would feel like I had moved to Arkansas or something, you know? And I don't think I can have a brother and sister get married.
Well, it's for the fun and for a good cause, so don't worry.
What I need to do is
it's
find
okay.
2 other neighborhood dogs, right? I need to find
That's
I need to find a girlfriend for Reuben from somewhere else, although Reuben's been fixed, so I don't know exactly what good getting married would do for him.
Companionship, of course.
Yeah, companionship. Let's talk about PetCakes and feeding dogs for a minute, or more than a minute. So we often hear that it's not a great idea to give your dog food off of your table, right? Separate from the fact that it's going to make them come beg from you during dinner. But what about the nutrition aspects of feeding dogs that's different from feeding people?
Well, so many pet parents have no idea that the foods that are safe for them can be harmful or even toxic for their furry friends. So I'm on a mission to help all pet parents keep their fur babies safe. And I want to let you know, a lot of people know that chocolate is a no-no, But did you know they should never have onions, grapes, raisins, or any food with xylitol? Like prepackaged cookies and muffins, and even gum is toxic. Unfortunately, my friend found this out the hard way when her German Shepherd got a hold of some sugar-free gum and was poisoned by xylitol. Also, dogs shouldn't have added salt or sugar in their foods, and most of ours comes with salt and sugar. Did you know that can lead to a shorter lifespan? It can cause a lot of health issues. So that's why I'm on a mission, and I'm dedicated to helping as many pet parents as I can avoid mistakes like that.
Okay, so one of the things that I think a lot of people wonder about when it comes to toxicity of some human foods for dogs is how much needs to be dangerous. So, for example, I believe that I learned later in life that if your dog gets a chocolate chip cookie with a small number of chocolate chips in it, he's going to be fine. Whereas I imagine some other things, like I don't know about the xylitol, maybe it takes a lot less. But first of all, chocolate, how much chocolate does a dog need to get to really be at risk?
So it's true that all chocolates are not created equal, and it's the cocoa powder is the strong portion of chocolate that is the toxic part. And I'm not going to go into the chemistry of it, but not all chocolate's created equal. And you're right, if one of your dogs gets a hold of, and it also depends on the size of the dog, except when it comes to xylitol, even a small amount. Xylitol is human-created, sugar-free additive, and it's extremely toxic. So please make sure you don't have xylitol around, you have an open wrapper of something, you have thrown out some sugar-free gum that has xylitol in it. It can kill. It doesn't, like I said, it was a big dog, her German Shepherd, and it's one piece of gum.
One piece of gum could kill a dog. One piece of gum with xylitol. Could kill a dog?
Yes.
Wow.
So that's why that's the number one item in the back of my new cookbook called Paws and Brunch. I have a list of all the things that are good and not good for your dogs and why. So if you want to get a copy of my newest cookbook, Paws and Brunch, it has a list in the back with highlighted foods that dogs can and cannot eat and why. So you can get that on Amazon or my website, ilovepetcakes.com.
By the way, let's talk about PetCakes. I love PetCakes.com. I've been perusing the site. There is a little black French bulldog there. My Reuben looks like a less puppyish version of that dog. Like a little thicker version of that dog. So now you know what Reuben looks like. So where did PetCakes come from? Like, why PetCakes? What was the inspiration?
Okay, so I'm glad you asked. Well, I love to cook, and my children have all been four-legged, so it only made sense for me to start cooking for them. And after finding out Bella, who is my adopted dog, who I say rescued me, I found out she was allergic to things like wheat, corn, and soy, and this is what truly inspired me to create healthy homemade recipes for her and her friends, and then it just cascaded into something bigger and better. So people think it's really complicated and time-consuming to cook for dogs, and sometimes it can be, but that's why I wanted to invent PetCakes, because these DIY kits make it fast and fun to spoil your fur babies, because each PetCakes kit has everything you need, including a cute reusable bone-shaped pan and a mix. So think Easy Bake Oven meets Duncan Hines for dogs. Just add water to the mix, pour the batter into the pan, and cook for less than 3 minutes in the microwave. It's so easy, even kids can make it. And our birthday kits even come with a candle, so it's super cute. And you can get these in 3 places, on Amazon or Chewy.com, and, of course, my website, ilovepetcakes.com.
I'm holding one in my hand. It's the whole wrapped package, and it's got the little baking dish, and on the cover, it's got a picture of a bone-shaped cake with frosting and a candle. It's pretty cute. Birthday kit for dogs. Have you ever tasted one?
Absolutely. I have tasted every formula, every recipe. I also have healthy ice cream, DIY ice cream for dogs, because what's a party without cake and ice cream, right? So I personally taste all of them. And it's probably healthier than what you ate for breakfast.
Oh, I'm sure it is. By the way, folks, if you're just joining, we're talking with Melinda Kirk Stenger, the canine caterer. Her website is ilovepetcakes.com, where you can find out about pet cakes, and I'll be giving a few away. I'll tell you about that in a minute. And also you can get her new cookbook. There's got a few, but you can get her new cookbook, Paws and Brunch. Find it on Amazon. You can find her other books at ilovepetcakes.com. So last question for you. What do you think are the best things that busy people can and should make at home for their pets?
That is easy. Goat yogurt, add a little smashed banana or peanut butter or almond butter, put it in a freezer and freeze it. Simple and easy, and goat yogurt is better. Super
goat
easy.
Yogurt is better than cow yogurt? Is cow yogurt to be avoided or just not as good?
No, just not as good. It's fine. Greek yogurt, goat yogurt are the two best yogurts. And if you want to go to my cookbook, I have really cute recipes like wolf waffles, canine crepes, and even muffins, and nothing takes longer than 30 minutes to make from start to finish.
All right, Melinda. Thank you so much. Thanks for all the pet cakes that I'm going to give listeners later today, and enjoy officiating that wedding. That is, I know it's still months away, but that's going to be something else.
Well, we're looking forward to seeing